Fearless Pioneer. Yo, what is going on, guys? EJ here, bringing another Lord of the Rings Rise of the War video. Today, guys, we are revisiting King Aragon. I haven't used him since like the start of Season 2, so I've been doing a lot of training. I got him up to level 50 and everything. We're going to have to take a look at him, and I'm going to show you the reasons why I brought him back. I underestimated him. He's a lot better than people think. He's extremely good, actually. Like, I've been absolutely dominating with him since I got him back up. So let's have a look here, guys. So we got King Aragon. I currently got him to level 50. The thing that made me spark and reuse him, I got him up to Respect 8 because I actually pulled his envelope finally, and I was already Respect 5 when that happened, and it basically put me up to pretty much Respect 8. Now, as you can see, he is a full 80 command, so he's extremely good up there with Theoden. He is very good might, with doing a lot of damage, but he's also extremely well balanced with really good focus and speed as well, as you can see. Now, as for gear, my gear is quite well. I've gone with a might based. As you can see, I've gone with this axe that gets 48 might, and for the first 4 rounds, allied commander's physical damage ignores 15% of the target's defense. Once I get some more of these axes, that's going to go up even more. Now, I have this beautiful, beautiful quilted armor here, which increases my might, focus, and speed, which is excellent for him. But we have focus protection, which reduces all focus damage received by 60%. So he is fantastic going up against Gandalf and such. The next thing we have is the full helm, which we all know is the perfect helmet to choose when you want to get a lot of might, and also to include a lot of damage, which every 2 rounds, one of my allied units' damage will be increased by pretty much 25% for 1 round, and running marshals with that extra 25%, if it works on them, can do irreparable amounts of damage. The last thing that I have, guys, and this is absolute key. The reason I don't have anything here that's increasing might or anything, I have the Wizard Fireworks. You're going to be like, EJ, you're not using any range on there or anything. I don't really care about this. The focus is nice because it's going to help with damage reduction to the army. But the big one here, Hunter's Mark. For the first 3 rounds, all allies and commander get 90% chance to gain Pursuit. And basically, Pursuit ignores the target's evasion, which is absolute key when versing GILGALADs, because the reason they dominate, they dodge all your damage, and then they're just taking out your army in the first 3 rounds, and then they just completely wipe you, like so. Let's quickly go over his skill tree, which is fantastic. This, I recommend, is the absolute build if you got at least the Respect level. Even if you like, say, Respect 5, you'll be only missing 1 or 2 few points here. But this is the absolute build you want to go with. Strider will increase your base stats up to 30%, and the ignore race restrictions of equipment is amazing because allows you to put axes, anything you want on King Aragon. You've also got Precision Blow, which also carries Pursuit as well, so that's going to be able to do damage on round 1 no matter what. We also have Raid, which is a rush attack, so that is going to activate the skill immediately after battle begins. And basically that gives us 240% physical damage and a 50% chance of doing another 240%. So when that does activate, that is excellent. Then we have Endural, which are basically against 2 enemies, does 300% physical damage and increases the buff of Might 15 when maxed. We then have Cold the Weak, which on round 1, against the enemy of the lowest defense, deals 210 physical damage. So as you can see, we're doing a lot of physical damage. This is also a great one, Weapons Expertise. The commander has a 50% chance of gaining damage of 50%. I highly recommend, if you get that extra 50%, it does a irreparable amount of damages. The next thing then, we have King of Men, which for the first 5 rounds, men, when affected by Stun or Madness damage, their damage received is reduced by 12% at my level, and this goes up to 90% max, but you don't really need it, trust me. You want to be focusing on the amount of damage you can do. And then I have 1 point in Return of the King, which is excellent, which round 5 onwards, it gives an extra 10% damage done by King Aragon. And we have Dunedain Bloodline, which it increases men's attack +2 and defense +5 during combat. Rightio guys, so it's now time for King Aragon's first test. We're going to see what happens. As you can see, there is a lot of Loth armies coming in. I've got my free burger stand here, so it looks like they're pretty hungry and they're going to be coming in and getting some free burgers. But we're going to be testing out our King Aragon build here that we're going to be using 3,000 dunes, 1250 of the catters, and 2,500 of the guardmen. So yeah, we'll see what we bump into. We want to, yeah, hopefully we can get a good setup. If we can verse like a focus commander or something like that, we'll see what happens. So it looks like we've already sent a few packing already. Oh my god, let's have a look. Alright, so King Aragon finally died, but let's see how he did. Okay, looks like he done quite well. So, beautiful. As you can see, we went up against a level 50 Gimli, which, let's say, dead set, that is a pretty decent Gimli, to say the least. That is above average Gimli. Completely wiped. Then we drew with Gandalf, which of course we were already like completely damaged, and we were down to 186,000 damage then. But even if we were full strength then, I think we would have completely wiped the floor with that Gandalf. And then of course we failed, but we still were able to draw with that. But with our first battle back, we were able to take down a Gimli with 3,000 Guardians, 1,500 tier 4. Very nicely. I don't know if he was full strength. He might have been a little bit less on the Ram Riders. But you guys know, Gimli is a very strong commander. And as you can see, his gear is quite decent. Like 372 might. And we absolutely wiped the floor with him. So we will definitely take that for an absolute first battle. It seems great. I would have loved to have tested it with versus a like Gandalf. Now, as you can see, the reason we probably survived this battle is because we had the minus 60% focus damage. If we were full health there, we would have absolutely wiped the floor with his Gandalf the Grey there as well. But he did get injured, so we're going to have to restock him back up. As you can see, all those armies are going back already just after that. So we're going to restock him back and bring him back in a minute. And yeah, we're going to test him out and see how we go. We might do a different troop combination this time. So as you can see, guys, we ended up doing 288,000 damage. And we received 167,000. As you can see, most of our damage is, as you can see, our commander damage was 223,000. And our soldier damage was 64,000. So, as you can see, we are doing a lot of commander damage. Which makes me think I might do a little bit of change of skilling maybe, but at the moment I'm very happy. The troop combination was perfect. We had the Guardman here for his mounted. We had the dunes that absolutely shredded the tier 4s. As you can see, I lost about 830 dunes to his 1,500 tier 4s. And then our Guardians... Sorry, not our Guardians. His Guardians went against my Catters, and we did quite well there, to say the least. So I'm very happy with those results so far. Right here, guys. So now we're going to do a different troop combination, which is going to be more on how much damage we can do. We're definitely still going to be running 2,500 dunes to counter any tier 4 March Wardens or anything we may run into. But we're going to be running 1,500 of the Marshals as well as 100 Bears. Now, as you can see with the bonus stats, it does increase our damage a bit in that on such. Definitely not as high as when on Theoden, but this buff of extra damage dealt, and that's going to really help out. So we'll see what happens. He's going to be healing. It's going to take 34 minutes of that, but for the time being, I'm going to have fun with some of my other commanders up here until I can do some more battles with him. But since that first fight, looks like no one wanted to come for any free burgers. I'd love to go march up here, but I'm at Fort's limit at the moment. Yo guys, so I got a very interesting report while I was asleep. The whole reason that I worked on King Aragon 2 was to have a counter for GILGALAD. And as you can see, we have done magnificently here. And we weren't even anywhere near tip-top full strength. As you can see, we only had 204,000 HP when this battle existed. And this troop setup was built for a Theoden because I had the anti-mounted here with the guards. But usually I'd run Dunes here. So as you can see, I went against a 48 GILGALAD, which not slacking on gear whatsoever. Respect 5 everything. Like, this is a pretty decent GILGALAD, you have to admit. Like, look at this gear. Like, really, really good. Gets stun immunity, increases the HP. Everything is correct and right there. So, as you can see, he went in with nearly 250,000 to my 204,000 because I already did some battles earlier. Like I said, this happened while I was asleep. And as you can see, I only took 124,000 damage to his 261,000 damage received. If I was full health, I would have completely, absolutely annihilated him, even with this troop setup. But, I have to say that Bears and Oathbreakers work amazingly with him, and Dunedain, even on top of here, would have been absolutely amazing. I'm working on a few troop combinations. As you can now see at the moment, I've currently got him moving back up at the moment with Oathbreakers, Dunes, and Marshals to do some more damage. So I'm going to hopefully look for a GILGALAD and test this out against a better and possibly stronger one if I can find one. But yeah, very happy with the results with that. All because of my pursuit and everything, which you would have seen when we went over the build earlier. Rightio guys, so we're going to give our Aragon a test in a moment. We're going to be versing this CELEBORN here, which is very strong when I just find the report. I've been doing a fair few battles. Getting off the white just absolutely decimated Howdy there. We're going to be versing this CELEBORN here that's using all elves, as you can see. He's got maxed out gear, including his staff completely maxed. So we're going to test this out and see how we go about it. I'm not going to look too much into the details. Let's see how King Aragon goes. We do have 3,400 Dunes. We do have our Oathbreakers and our Marshals. And remember, we do have Pursuit, as well as a few other things and such. The thing is, it's going to be hard for us to battle, though. Like, because there's so many elves and that around the place. So, he's sort of guarding in that now, so there's more people incoming in that, so we'll have to work it out in a second how we're going to do it. But we've got other armies in that stacked on there, so we'll be back in a second once we get it sorted. Oh wait, he's ready to go. Okay, wait, the other armies aren't going on there. Alright, let's go. Alright, so let's see how King Aragon goes against... Remember, with my King Aragon as well, I do have this, which reduces all focus damage by 60% as well, so that's going to be very useful. So yeah, I'm very interested. Like, he wanted to test out his as well. As you can see, we're talking in world chat here. So yeah, let's see how King Aragon goes. This is going to be a really good test for him. I think CELEBORN can do stun as well, but even if it does, I'll get a damage reduction. So let's see how we do here, shall we? So it looks like I beat him. Have a look. King Aragon is out of this world. King Aragon is insane. This troop setup is mental. Holy moly. 300,000 damage to 141,000. My King Aragon is absolutely wild, guys. Absolutely nuts. He's going, wow. Holy moly. Like, let me just I did not expect that. Plus, he took out the whole 200 as well in the one hit. Which was a Gimli and that. Like, that is just absolutely wild. I'm going to retreat him back here. This is good. I got protection here, so... but yeah, wow, that went a lot better. King Aragon is definitely one of my favorites again. Like, I've got the perfect build for him. I know exactly how it works, and yeah. Here's another quick report, guys. I was offline at the time. I had my King Aragon defending. I ran out of marshals this time, so I had the Catters on there. We had around 302,950 HP at the time that we had the battle. And we went up against a GIMLI, who we all know is an extremely heavy hitter. And as you guys can see, we have done magnificently here. If we go in, you can see we did 345,000 damage to my 213,000. But here's the thing. It was quite a very decent GIMLI, to say the least. If we have a look at it, we have a amazing Axe of Khazad Doom with Cleave, which we all know is very powerful. 422 might, I must say. Also has a level 4 Durance Plate, level 4 Iron Bassinet, and Erebor's Pride. Very highly skilled and correctly skilled, to say the least, as well. Yeah. So we're taking out even GIMLIs. So King Aragon is absolutely amazing. I overlooked him, and from now on he is going to be used every single season, no matter what. He's just taken down everything that is put in front of him at the moment. Rightio guys, so we're going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you learnt something new about King Aragon, about how to skill him. Some of the awesome troop combinations that you can use on him. You would have seen how good he did against an array of different commanders. And yeah, basically how to skill him, use his gear and everything like such to do a lot of damage as well as counter their armies. We versed a lot of Lotr in this video. But yeah, it gives you an idea of how excellent he can be. So yeah guys, a lot of Season 4 information coming up soon. So keep notified about that guys. And I'm going to be giving away some Season Pass and that. So make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace out, EJ's out. And I'll catch you guys later. See yous. Thousands of the EJU.